What is going on, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zeri, and we are here for a Raid Shadow Legends video. And as you can see right behind me, it is 2 times Sacred Shard pulls, and I am not a humongous Kraken by any stretch of the imagination, so I only got a couple to pull. But we're going to pull them on a video together and see if the luck continues. But before we do that, we're going to get into a few champions I would like to see myself pull that could really change my account, and I am not expecting a damn thing because of my last ancient opening. Alright, my first one I want to talk about is a Martyr. If I pull a Martyr out of 1 shard, I will probably crap my pants on video, but the reason I want her is I want a counterattack champion, and she attacks all enemies, places a decrease attack, and then provokes them on her A3 on a 4-turn cooldown. Places 60% increased defense and then a counter buff on all champions for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. And then attacks one enemy, has a 45% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense buff. And I could use her. That would be awesome. And it goes up to a 75% chance when booked. So, and then she has ally defense in all battles by 33. So, be great for Doom Tower. I don't have a counterattack champion on my roster, so yeah, Martyr would be humongous for what I'm trying to accomplish in the game right now. You know, and we're on the counterattack champions, Skullcrusher. I'll take an epic for sure. If it's Skullcrusher, he would be huge for me. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% heal reduction debuff. I don't have a solid, reliable heal reduction besides Mashaled, and he's not ready to go yet. So that would be big for me. On an A1, you know, somebody like a Fire Knight would really help me out there. Places a 50% ally protection buff. Places counterattack, and then unkillable on himself for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Awesome. And then decreases the duration of all debuffs on this champion by 1 turn at the start of each round. Or turn. Huge. You know, and then passive ally resistant fraction crypts. I don't care about that, but the counterattack, I could use them in clan boss. You know, things like that could help bump up what I'm trying to do in the game. So he would be huge. Sticking in the Ogrins, I would love a Dracula. And because I am stuck in the Doom Tower on the Scarab boss, because I don't have a reliable shield, and that's what he does. Places a shield buff equal to 15% of this champion's max HP on all allies for 3 turns. Heals each ally by 15% of this champion's max HP. Oh man, I know I could get the Scarab boss down, but I don't have the shields to stay alive, and this guy would be awesome for my account. And you know, he has a stun on the A1. But then, you know, increase attack, increase defense, block damage. Yeah, this guy could really do some things for me. And he does have the HP in all battles. So, looking forward to that. If that happens, I should have fused him. I wasn't at the point in the game where I could have fused him. So, that would be super, super cool. Draco Morph's on my list. He has to be on my list. I need a solid poisoner. And that's what he brings. His A2 ability attacks 4 times at random. Each hit places a 5% poison debuff for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So essentially, you can keep up those poisons all the damn time. He puts on a weaken and a decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown for 2 turns. So he could replace Kale. He can replace Coffin Smasher with 1 person. And it would really help out my clan boss progression 100%. So... And then he does have accuracy and faction crypts, but he's the next one. And the last one, because I'm limiting myself to 5, is a bad L for the poison. And then the heals, I could pull Seal Drakes out of there and Kale, up my damage, do more things. Heals all champions. Heals this champion and all allies by 20% of the damage inflicted based on attack. Removes all debuffs, huge, continuous heal buff, and places 2 poisons on all enemies for 2 turns. All allies inflict 20% more damage against targets under poison debuffs. Yeah, that would be awesome. This is the further progressed account, and we're going to get into the second account after that. So we have one shot. Now, I was trying to think all day where I can rack it up. I got 3 days left, so I should be able to pull one more, and I will record that and put it in my next Raid Shadow Legends video. But that's about the only place I can get it. So here we go. Here we go. And again, I'm expecting nothing. Epic. Verges. Okay, I already have a Verges, but I'm not upset by this. I'm not upset by this because putting 2 Verges on the Scare boss, Stu Gaming made a really good video about putting 2 Vergeses together. It's a super long fight, but you can get through the Scare boss. At level, one can be level 60 and one can be level 40, so maybe I can get both to level 50 and play the difference. So yeah, Verges. Of course I wanted a legendary, but after my luck I was expecting nothing, but I'm good with Verges, and if you're not sure what he does, he attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance when booked of placing a 30% reflect damage buff on a random ally for 2 turns. A2 places a 15% continuous heal buff, and a 30% increased speed buff and a 30% reflex damage buff on the target ally for 3 turns. Places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion, and places a 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns, on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. So both of them target each other, and they just bounce it back and forth between each other, and they're receiving all these buffs, so that is super cool. Then his passive places a shield buff on this champion equal to 10% of their max HP for 2 turns whenever this champion loses 10% of more of their max HP in a single hit. And then places a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion for 2 turns every time their HP drops below 50%. Giving himself that shield buff, can be on a 1-turn cooldown when booked. And then he has ally defense in dungeons by 33, so I'm pretty happy with it, honestly, because I can try to build it up and beat that Scare boss that way. So let me switch over to the other account, and we'll go from there. Alright, so here we are on the not as progressed account, and to show you my champions, the only legendary I have is Robar, and I got him out of an ancient. So anything usable, whether it's epic or legendary, is really what I want on this account. I don't care, to be completely frank, as long as it's something I can use to help my progression. Epic or legendary is solid, so I'm not going to go through any of those characters like I did on my other one. And yeah, I'm excited for that. And the same thing applies here. This is I only have one. It's really the only place I can get one. I'm well away on my monthly, so I have one. Let's give it a shot. And again, I'm not expecting anything at all. Epic. Defiled Sinner. Ugh. Okay. Well, that sucked. He attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing the strong version of decreased defense. If 5 or more enemies are alive, does the following attack instead. Attacks all enemies, places a 25% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns before attacking. Okay. Attacks one enemy, ascended ability, attacks all enemies, inflicting damage equal to 15% of their max health on the first hit. If the first hit kills an enemy, the second hit cannot be critical. Enemy max HP, so I could use it against the Scare boss, I guess. But I don't need him. Attacks all enemies, damage increases 10% for each enemy alive, stacks up to 100%. Yeah, I don't really need this guy. And that was super disappointing. So there it is, my YouTube family. There are my 2 sacreds, and let me know in the comments below how you all did. Did you all do better? Worse? Didn't you have any to pull? And I'm going to pull some mystery shards because that'll make me feel better. But if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing and you want Dragon Champions and Raid Shadow Legends content, click that subscribe button, join the XMG family. For all of my XMG family members out there, you know I love you. I'll see you all in the next one. I'm out.